pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry.
Approval of previous meeting minutes.
I make motion to approve previous minutes. I'll second that.
Questions, discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approval of claims.
I make a motion to approve the claims. I'll second that motion.
Okay. Questions, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. This time, the police department. Nate?
We're doing an award tonight, and this is in reference to a medical emergency that happened on June 20th, 2025. You want to come up?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Donnie Hines. I had a cardiac arrest at Twin Six last month, and without you guys doing what you do, I wouldn't be here today. You know, I want to say thank you for not giving up. I know 24 minutes is a long time for you guys to work on somebody, and thank you very much for not giving up on me.
You look great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good for you.
I didn't cry.
Great story.
So, in recognition of your courageous and life-saving actions at the scene of a medical emergency, your dedication and training in CPR saved your life. I wanted to present this to you.
Yes.
It's good to be able to
We're
do
gonna
that.
get pictures.
Good job.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you all.
You bet.
Thanks.
Glad you're still with us.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
It is fair.
Okay, Mr. Hart is here. He wants to talk about the park board.
His wife is.
Oh, yes.
Do you want me to come up there or just stand?
Talk loud, tell yourself who you are.
Well,
Well, you have to be able to be seen by the
okay,
camera, so
that's fine.
state your name and all that. If you don't mind.
Well, some may know me, some don't. My name is Maddie. My husband is Dustin. Unfortunately, he's in fire training right now. So I'm here to talk for him. We actually started snooping around town, picking up trash, doing whatever we could, eventually joined the improvement committee. And we would like to take that a little further and heard that we had also had a park board at one point, or it's been juggling back and forth since, and that is something we would like to jumpstart. Now, I think Dustin would primarily run it. I think the goal would be to clean up parks a bit more, find ways to make it more accessible and entertaining, possibly even get softball or baseball started up there. I think that would be really helpful for the town.
And other sports too.
Oh, yeah. So I think the best thing is to have an organized group to really push to get that going.
That's great. Well, we have an ordinance for that, right? So that's set up. But we need to have, would that require officers and all the whole
Well,
shebang?
If you don't mind, I'll refresh everybody's memory.
You don't have to stand the whole time unless you.
No, yeah.
That's fine.
Um,
I miss
this is not my show, it's yours, so I'm just gonna try to do what I can and give you a suggestion. I have a suggestion. Because it will be consistent with what she's presenting. So you originally had an ordinance in 1977 that created the park. And in 2021, this council directed that we clean that up because it hadn't been touched since then. So in 2021, we did. We cleaned up the ordinance, reestablished the park department as an official park department under state statute. The ordinance, which I can give you, you can read it, goes into great detail as to exactly how it's set up, 4-member board, who can be on it, who can't be on it, what parks are governed by it, repeals the old 1977 ordinance, etc. So that's the good news. That's all the good news, I guess. The dilemma is, people have come before and have said, we want to do this. And we started it, we've had meetings, and nobody shows up again. And so what I've experienced since I've been here for now probably 15 years is a lot of good intentions, but poor follow through. And so what this requires is very rigid formality, because this particular ordinance, establishment of civic action, is designed to put the park board as a legal entity with the ability to sue, be sued, enter into contracts, spend money, et cetera, it has its own fund. And so it's very formal and rigid. And it works for some communities where they have a robust group of people that are constantly and consistently willing to serve. It does not work well, as you know, when you have people coming and going and deciding they want to do this and do that. The other dilemma with it is you have to be a resident. There's a political patronage requirement. You can't have too many R's, too many D's. And so with all of that, we have found in other communities, these old park board ordinances, there's a negative and I'll explain that in just a minute. And they've gone with creating a formal committee. And the good thing about the committee is it doesn't have to deal with all the open door law issues, doesn't have a political patronage requirement, it necessarily terms, it doesn't have a lot of the rigidity that goes with this. It doesn't have the ability to sue, be sued, it doesn't have the ability to spend money on its own, it has to come through you, but it still can function in the same manner to accomplish the goals that typically a park board would do. The big negative is if you set it up as a committee and you change the nature of this from an official legal park board. Well, first, before I say bad news, the good news is you can have non-residents. You can have non-residents beyond this committee. You can't have non-residents beyond this committee. You can't have non-residents beyond this committee. So you could bring political parties are irrelevant, and so you could bring people from if you wanted to. The big negative, one big negative, doesn't qualify for DNR grant. One big negative doesn't qualify for DNR grants. So only this does, but this has to be functioning. And this piece of paper, this ordinance, isn't a functioning part. So you can go and utilize this now and run with the formality of it and hope that you have a consistent participation from people, which we haven't, at least since I've been here, probably for 20-some years. Or you can get rid of this concept and incorporate the committee and let them be off and running with them understanding that they don't have the power to sue, be sued, enter into contracts, or spend money without doing it. So it has to, they become more of a liaison than an actual functioning legal separate entity. So either way, whatever way you want, the way you currently have it, and formally follow it, deal with the political patronage issues and all, the rigidity that goes along with this. Somebody who's willing to do it, keep residents on it, or you decide that, yeah, maybe it's too rigid and it's too complex for the goals that we're trying to accomplish, and we're not so worried about applying for grants. So that's the negative. If you go the other route, you repeal this, use the committee approach. So there you go. You can have a discussion. Okay, I think they should talk to me first. I mean, I respect you, Rick, but they're the ones that have to make the decision. You're an engineer. So that's my presentation to you. I don't know what you think about it, and I guess I'm looking for your guidance and corrections.
I kind of like the committee setup. It gives us more depth. People could be still, most of that stuff will still be done. So I think we could run with that, and then we could discuss more about the nuances of do that maybe in a couple of weeks. Can we do that? Sit down and discuss it.
You can do whatever you want. I can do nothing, or I can model it after other communities. You can have as many committee members as you want. You can define which. The nice thing about the committee is purely advisory. It doesn't have a legal status that requires reporting, and open door issues, and all the things that go along with this. If you're going to use this, you got to use it right, and we have not done that for at least my 15-year tenure.
It sounds like a good way to get in trouble too. just by not knowing, just by out of, by innocent ignorance.
And we've had people outside the community willing to help,
Right.
so we need to take advantage of it.
So,
Yes,
I understand what you said about the DNR grants. Is the town not able or eligible to make a grant to DNR for the same things that maybe the park department would have?
Right, there are some grants, and this is where Rick wants to chime in. There are some grants that are only eligible to a formal, legal, separate park board entity that has its own fund. And yes, and some of that is along the lines of what they have done over the years to sort of put you in a position to do, which is kind of why this was brought back up in 2021. It's unfortunate that nobody ever committed to be on this board, but that was the effort. The effort was to try to put the town park board in a position where it could apply for those very limited grants. And it just never happened. So we either have to understand the reality that we don't have enough people that are committed to do it, residents, or we have to go away from this concept and give up our ability to apply for grants, which we haven't applied for at least my 15 years. Of course, I don't care which way you go.
Sure.
My sense is this formal rigidity for the sole purpose of getting a grant to help build his hasn't worked.
Now, can I make a suggestion? So, I understand the makings for the park board. I understand that it's almost like everybody starts with big dreams, but there's no motivation, no consistency. So, I honestly would think of a trial run where it's not necessarily about getting grants. It's about who's willing to come out and sweat and carry around bags and get things going. Who's going to show up at meetings?
Right.
Because
that's why I say let's go under this and then we'll
Yeah.
change if we need to or however we think we want to.
because that is the thing where it's like if you do meetings, are people going to show
So
up?
if you're gonna meet as a park board, you have to do this. There's no
Okay.
trial run. That's what I'm saying. You can't be kind of pregnant. You're either gonna be or you're not. You get it? I mean,
Yes,
I'm trying to speak
I
in
understand.
terms of somebody
We
else.
all understand.
So if you wanna do a trial run, then it's gotta be under some other concept, but not a park board.
Now, is there a limit on how many people can be on a park board, like a minimum?
This, if you're talking a legal park board, is 4 members.
Okay. Because I do know we have found other town residents that are willing, whether they're consistent or not is yet to be told, but they are willing to do it. We just have to get the whole running.
And
don't you think they would serve on a committee too? These people you're talking about will have to be on the park board?
My husband is on the committee as well, but the other people who are willing to join are not part of the committee.
Well, they don't have to.
Oh.
It'd be all-
I meant the park board committee.
Oh, yes, I think they're willing to do that. Like I said, I think that the only people I can tell you 100% is confident in pulling through it is me and my husband. As far as other people go, I can't speak for them.
the only purpose for this formal park board is to get these specific DNR grants. If that's not the motivation, this is too rigid for what you're trying to accomplish. In my humble
And
opinion.
there's no money to do that, so you
Yeah.
have to have seed funds and all that. Just
Yes.
can't do it right.
I think that would be the ultimate goal, but I do see how people can be pretty sketchy about wanting to try it, considering.
Well, how about perhaps we do a committee thing, and if we decide it'll work, and then we can always go back to a parks
Oh,
board.
you can always go back, yeah.
So that'd be one
Okay.
way, so now you can start, casually as a committee. And, does that require
Well,
action
it's
by
gonna
us?
need action, because you're gonna have to repeal this, and
Okay.
the new ordinance, it creates the committee.
Okay,
So, which I'm happy to do, but if, I know we need to be sensitive to cost, because we've got some other issues we're trying, and so I'm very sensitive to Heidi's concern, that we've got this other tax thing looming over our head. So I don't wanna just send you down a path where we do something that isn't gonna have any, I guess, long, term, success. But I will do whatever you want, but if you decide that you're at a point where you wanna get rid of the formality, you need to repeal this. And then if you wanna create a committee that can or cannot have residents, I would suggest why not, right? Have non-residents, or might go to the lake and find this or that person that could be helpful. But then we need to develop that too, which of course I have done with other communities, so I would start with something that would make sense for you, and then you just have to pick it apart, decide what you like and don't like about it. And in a couple, at your next meeting, if you wanted it, I could probably have at least a draft ready. I don't know if you wanna go that route or not yet. I just wanna help what you wanna do, but right now, you can't kinda meet, I mean, you can meet, they can just get together as people and don't care, right?
Right.
If you're gonna have a formal meeting of a committee, you need to have that created and repeal this ordinance, because you don't want it to imply that it's the park board when it's not, and it doesn't meet under the open door law, because then you get into trouble with door law violations, misdemeanors, all that.
Rick?
Just to advance on what you were saying, I don't know, it's a good question. DNR is definitely the biggest funding for parks, but there's other funding mechanisms, so I don't know, can like Heidi apply, or we can help her apply and bring it to the council to apply for this committee, or is that, once they go to a committee, is federal, state funding out of line?
It's out of line, I'm sorry, not out of line, it's not eligible if it requires a park board, a certified park board, so I don't know.
Yep, I got you.
But if your application requires a certified park board,
Then-
we have one, we just don't have any humans on it.
Right, gotcha.
Well, we have an ordinance, we don't have a board.
Correct.
Okay,
In the eyes of the law, you have a board with a lot of vacancies.
exactly.
So if you want a committee to do stuff that doesn't have the certification to
Right.
get those grants, but it wants to accomplish something, we can go that route, but we gotta repeal this one.
I understand.
Or we can jump into this all feet blazing, and I can give her this document, and she can go get board.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I get a copy?
Absolutely. Look at
Since Sean's not here, I'll put him on it.
I guess I'll take Brandon.
So my humble recommendation, just for the record, since people are listening and watching this, to accomplish what she wants to accomplish, which is admirable, wonderful goal, as long as you don't need a certification for grant funding from DNR as the park board, that's overkill. And it would be much more flexible, less burdensome, and if you repeal that and went with the committee and we come up with something less.
Well, my gut's to go with the committee.
Making a motion?
But you don't have to decide
May-
tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't have to do
Also,
that, but
Before we do anything, we always right now have to look at the cost.
Yep.
And the cost to do this is estimated at over 2,000 right now, and we cannot afford that.
for them to do anything if they use
Or
the town money.
to repeal it.
Oh.
Or,
They had to develop a whole new ordinance.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll have to wait.
I mean, I guess.
Okay,
well,
well,
things might change in a month or two when we have a little bit more knowledge than what we have at this point, but from a financial standpoint, not that I don't want you to accomplish this, and it literally is so hard for me to say, we have to start looking at the money first, every time.
well, in
Most
light of that,
grants have a matching amount.
true,
Part of the problem is our last audit that was completed was 2019. We're still waiting, so we're kind of held up in that.
okay.
I actually like, doesn't matter, I have to vote, but it would be nice to let them think about it for a while and see which
Sure.
approach they want.
There's-
because
Get the
there's
ball
nothing-
rolling at
There's
least.
nothing to
Yeah.
keep them from doing
Right.
things casually around
Right.
town, just like we always have been.
Yeah, we've been doing it, yeah.
Yeah, so
They just can't meet as a park board
Right.
without violating the
committee,
open
so-
door law.
Okay,
And eventually you'll be able to, so.
well, now you know what we want, so.
Who's gonna see
Absolutely,
There you go.
and we know who's gonna be there.
it? I know they will.
Live stream now, so.
So should we table this?
You'll be able to table it, and we'll keep discussing with our constituents, and we'll figure something out with time. So the answer is, yeah, keep going, what you're doing.
All right.
You got a street department report, is that you?
Do we?
Jerry's not
I think that would be Ralphie today.
don't know about the street department report,
Well, the
but
road,
yeah, we're going to make the repair over here on State Road 9 on Thursday, as long as you guys give us the approval on the money, but it's only gonna be like $750. And, it was gonna be like Culver's gonna do it's like 8,000. And then we had another bid of like 6,500. But we're gonna be able to rent a plate compactor, and we're gonna put it 8 inches thick. We're gonna dig it back out, put down 4 inches, back it, then put 4 more.
You got a permit?
Well, we could build an old permit, can't we?
I believe that
Yeah,
is
it's
part
good for-
of the old permit.
Okay.
And-
road signs?
And
Yeah, we have signs.
Okay.
We'll have signs tomorrow.
are we
Yeah.
gonna also try to do county line when we have that or
We're
not?
gonna concentrate on this right now, if we can get it done, and see what, yeah.
If we have the equipment.
It's only like 15 or less than 10 minutes to Culver's, like we can go get more.
And is this due to something you did?
Yeah, we had,
I was wondering what
there's a water
you
line,
got one doing, but.
water main break over there.
Yeah, the one right
Try
here.
to clear it out. Yeah. But, yeah, we're gonna repair that, and then we do have a spot at Conrad's, but I'm not sure we'll get to that on Thursday. We'll see, if we can, we will.
Heidi's the only one that's got to drive over that.
Yeah.
We won't worry about it.
I don't have to go that far.
Yeah, so,
And
so we need a motion to approve for the cost of the
Yeah.
payment. I move we, do you know what the cost is gonna be?
It's gonna be under 1,000, I think
Okay.
like 7.
So if we approve it up to 1,000?
Yeah.
Okay, so I move we approve funding for the patching of the, State Road 9, where we had the water leak at, Myers and 9, up to $1,000. I'll second the motion.
Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
But like sewer and water, like, the water guy, Dustin, he's been doing a good job. Yeah, he's, very interested in it. He goes home watching videos, and he's jumped in, and I think he's doing great.
The culvert at Wabash and Morel, we need to work on trying to get that fixed. It looks like it's gonna not be cheap.
Yeah. We can replace it, but we gotta have money.
Right. It has to be bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
And we don't have anything to end it into that's big enough, so we have to look at it a little closer, so.
Jerry, I know, had looked into culverts in for that, and I believe he is returning sometime this month.
Yeah, okay.
So, and when he returns, we can double check with them to see if he still has that information available to him. I know that John had emailed stating that he could not find one for that area in the stormwater project.
Yeah.
So our next thing was to, get prices for the culverts and to determine which one we wanted to use, cause there's variety.
Yeah, I already
I
talked to the
wasn't
culvert guy.
here the last meeting, so I didn't know what was brought up about that, but we can definitely get one in there.
Well, I talked to the culvert guy, Jeff Merrill does that for business. He's a county council. He recommended a place to get them and the type to use and that kind of stuff. So just have to get lengths and if it can work quick as now or what. So if we can do it in-house, we should.
Yeah, we can do that.
So more to come on that.
That it?
Yeah, we just been, Wes got his wastewater license too. So,
Yeah, good for him.
Stouter have anything? Heidi?
No.
Okay. Tiffany?
Okay, for the first time ever, I have a lot. So I have the permits typed out. Do you guys want me to announce each one and then approve it, or just?
Where's this zip tied at?
Where do you see that at?
At the top one.
Zip Tight Enterprises?
That's a contractor. So he is doing a project at 7155 South, 200 East. He's rebuilding a deck and he's extending it. So he's tearing out the old deck, replacing it, and extending it 4 foot south of the sewer line, which Ralph inspected, and 9 foot out from the house. So everything there was good. Then Marion Schmucker, that's on 1150 North. There's some issues with the address, but this is what I have for now, I think. I don't know what the address is there. But they're building a new home. We don't have any utilities that run out there, so obviously it's not going to interfere, and we approved that. He's also doing a driveway, so he did a driveway permit. That was also good after inspection. Raber's Patio is at 1685 East, 765 South. Is building an 8 foot by 12 foot sunroom over existing concrete pad. So obviously we didn't find any issues there. That got approved and sent to the county. This one happened today. Brad and Jessica Grimm, they're with Grimm Construction at 1235 East, 700 South. They are remodeling the inside of a home. We just found out today that because it's zoned L1, there's new restrictions and a lot of restrictions for that. So we had to give them our approval, even though it's not going to interfere. They still need our approval. We gave them the okay on that. So those are our permits for the month. If you guys want to approve them.
I move we approve all the permits.
I'll second the motion.
Okay.
Any further questions, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
So because how the billing cycle works, we had our last meeting and the bills already went out, and then people get their high water bills and they realize, oh, I need to request an adjustment for pool fills and other stuff. So I'll go through them one by one. Should we approve them one by one, Kurt?
It's okay if all of them are approved, but if they have one that they don't want to approve, then they should exclude it from the motion.
So it should
So
be
you can read them all.
read them all. Okay, so Gabrielle, or do I have to? Okay, I'll just do the address. 105 East James Street. Sorry. Watering flowers, and they left their water hose on. Her water bill was extremely high. We actually caught it. So her bill was $455. We're asking for a sewer credit since she didn't use the sewer for $152.07. And then there's a pool
Let's
fill.
just do one at a time.
Okay, so approve that one.
Want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we
Okay,
approve that.
I'll second.
so 309 North Main
We
Street.
got vote.
Oh.
Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. So 309 North Main Street also had a pool fill. $191.92, asking for a credit of $36.60 off of the sewer.
I move we approve that.
I'll second.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
207 West Race, also a pool fill for $306.17, $35.18 off of sewer for credit.
We'll approve that too. I move we approve that.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
This gentleman at 205 East James Street likes to water his garden, and his was $167.77, asking for $27.72 off of his sewer.
I move we approve that one too.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I thought in the summertime we'd give them a break on the water they use. Aren't we doing that anymore?
I don't know how
He
to.
says no.
We decided no. So if they want a special adjustment, they can come in and request it.
We were giving a blanket sprinkling credit to
Yeah.
every resident in town, regardless. We have people that only use the minimum amount of water that were getting that credit with the situation the town is in. We do not believe it should be a blanket credit across the board. However, if you choose to do that, we will follow your directions.
Yeah, I just wondered.
107 North Willow Bend also had a pool fill, $261.60. $40.53 of credit off of the sewer is requested.
I make a motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
Sorry, this is so many. It's kind of behind. It missed a meeting, so
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
207 West Ray Street, $306.17. $35.18 off of sewer.
Didn't we just do that one?
Did I do it twice? Okay, I don't know. I think we did actually.
Yeah.
Okay, then Dave Harp is our last one. He power washed his house, and it was $136.78. $17.48 would come off of sewer.
I move for that.
I'll second the motion.
And then I have go ahead.
All
Sorry.
those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I have a special request from the lady at 105 East James Street that you approved her credit to split her payment into 2 payments. Since the total would be $302.98. This is where her son left the water hose on overnight.
Is that a problem?
No, we work with people when they work with us.
Sure. Yeah, I move for that. No.
I'll second it.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Did we ever find out about Mr. Ritchie, how he got his fixed?
I did not. I called him. I didn't get an answer. So, one more thing. The improvement committee got approval last meeting to use funds to pay for porta potties and bounce houses. But we're asking for approval to, moving forward, like an approval to pay for what we need to for the festival, which isn't going to be much more. It's out of their funds, their money that we keep in our account, so we still need your approval.
But kind of have to do it now because we won't have a meeting till after.
Right, that's why, yeah.
I move the allowance and they need.
I'll second that motion.
Questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That is all I have.
That was good.
Heidi,
Maybe have anything else?
do you have anything else?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay.
I believe, you're gonna do the addresses. Okay. We have 2 CDs that will be rolling over, and I would like to see what the board wants to do. Do we just want to roll them over and reinvest those? There's a copy of those, and
Do you have a recommendation? What you would like?
I believe right now that we should reinvest them for the future. I don't.
Okay. I move that we reinvest those CDs for future.
I'll second that.
Questions, discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Brian Heath of CHR Solutions reached out regarding Surf Internet, and they did send a permit and project, which I forwarded to John.
Okay.
And he needs some more time to review that, but as of sometime this week, I believe they're still moving forward with trying to do that. They were hoping it would move a little faster, but I just wanted to make you aware that they are back in contact with us.
Okay. I say for this contract, if they pull stunts like Brightspeed did with hitting all the utilities, the 3rd strike, they're out. Next contractor. at that point.
My question is on Brightspeed, they came unglued with the ordinance bond amount, so we did something different with them. Has SurfNet asked anything about?
They have not yet on his permit application, which I forwarded to John. They did have amounts filled in
Okay.
there.
John and I talked a little bit about it today, and he was talking about the ordinance that's required. And I texted back, I said, you know what Brightspeed did, like, we don't wanna do that again. The streets were okay, but all the utilities that they did were disastrous.
Right, and we're still waiting to be reimbursed on those as
That's why the
well.
bond would have come in and play on that, huh?
And that-
That's why you have an ordinance, and that's why when you guys, somebody decides to compromise, you put yourself at risk.
Say we don't do that anymore.
So
It's
John
the
should,
balance between getting them here
Yeah.
and doing it in a safe way, and that's what you get to think through.
I believe when I forwarded it to John, if he looks through the permit paperwork, there is amounts in the
Okay.
permit paperwork. I'm not sure what he's had a chance to review or not yet.
I'll check with him. Hopefully, he'll get back in this week, if not by next week. Yeah. His one is just not good.
Are you, just from a timing perspective, I just wanna see if I can offer any help. Do you wanna approve it subject to, so that you don't have to wait a month, or is a month okay? In other words, I'm thinking out loud, here. Would you want the board to approve this subject to whatever modifications, changes, or recommendations the engineer comes up with, or do you wanna wait to hear it again yourself? It's up to you.
When do they plan to start work? They don't.
And he said they stated if they can't start soon, they don't know if they will. So this is a good recommendation
I
from
think so.
Kurt.
All right. Yeah, so I move that we,
Approve it subject to the engineer's recommendations and modification.
so move. I'll second that.
We'll get with you, Heidi, and then Kurt with
If you need
the
us.
board with any numbers that, what they come up with. And maybe SurfNet won't have any issues at all.
Great, hopefully, that'd be nice.
Any questions? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
I,
Motion carries.
We do have an issue with the gentleman on Park Street. He had approved a half a bath. He has a well on his property. He has now turned that into an apartment, and per our ordinance, he needs to hook up to the water. Ralphie has tried reaching out to him, and he has not responded. I do not know what you suggest we should do going forward.
We can pursue him and try him and ultimately get a judgment of, essentially forcing him to comply. But now you're spending a lot of money.
Well, LaGrange County does have his permit on hold.
Good.
So,
The building department or the,
building
good, so
department,
somebody there hopefully knows that this is the issue.
yes.
okay. I say we hold on to the permit.
I agree.
And that, so let's just start there and see if he goes back for final approval.
Has he been, so he's got an official written notice about this? Have we done that, or is just a verbal?
No, we have just reached out to him. We have not sent
No
him
red notice.
Okay.
a letter.
I just called and left him a voicemail, told him that,
Yeah. How long ago was that?
it's been probably 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Send you certified letter.
I would do something,
Yep.
letter
Official.
certified or have it certified, Nate, but somebody, get official documentation that he's been
We
noticed
can
of.
have to
Like, there's a
communicate.
little issue with it, like, so in LaGrange, it got approved, didn't it? It got changed by the time we signed off here and it got to LaGrange.
Okay.
So in LaGrange, it shows that he had the bed, living quarters.
Our copy of our permit paperwork only shows a half bath, but then when he apparently changed it in LaGrange, when LaGrange in Noble County reached out to us about an address, we called and asked, and there was miscommunication or mix-up. And so what they said that they would do is that they would put the permit on hold till we could figure out what we needed to do or required him to do. We weren't concerned when it was a half bath because you're allowed an accessory line, but with a sink, possibly laundry, a shower or bath, that changes the whole.
Yeah, so the letter will help us communicate, just to make sure it gets.
And maybe, if you want
Okay,
a
that's
copy of that, copy of the building department, so they see that you've noticed about it.
Absolutely. keep them moving too.
And I just wanted to remind everyone that Tiffany and I will be out of the office all next week for training in French Lick. Brenda Connolly will be coming in and keeping our office open from 8 to noon, and we will be closed on Friday, and we may or may not come back.
My husband
Somebody's
says
gotta
yes,
do it.
come back.
They will be coming down.
They'll be hungry.
But that is all I have.
Kurt?
Just a couple items, both, these items are something that Heidi brought to our attention, we're very thankful for that. The first one is in order to change street addresses. She can explain, specifically why, but, we have, two, I believe, that's what I understand, that would need to be changed, and, the first one, you don't need the parcel numbers necessarily, but it's for Dutch Street. And the other one, basically changing, well, they're both, Dutch Street, and they're changing them to a new address that is consistent with what I believe the Plan Commission wants, as well as the town, so I have two of them for you here, if you would mind considering, the order numbers, just so that you know for the record, are 2025-08-05 -1 and 2. And they require, the way this works is that they require the president to sign and the clerk treasurer to attest, but a motion from the board to approve the bill is one motion if you want, or two separate ones. And if you need more details, you're gonna have to get them from Heidi, because she's the one that determined this was necessary and why.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the change of address order of 2025-08-05-1 and -2.
I'll second that.
Any further questions, discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
There's a place for you to sign. Get Heidi. While you're doing that, then the next item is Heidi, as a part of one of the audits she's been dealing with since she inherited all of this from predecessors, is a, I guess we'll call it a comment. We can get into this more details if you'd like, but a comment from the State Board of Accounts where they wanted amendment made to your personnel policy manual, which will be done, this should be considered. That connects together because the actual ordinance incorporates the entire policy manual. Where they wanted something clear, which we've added, to basically make it clear that the town has a written policy where they will not reimburse for alcohol if it's consumed. When, for instance, if they go to French Lick or something like that, they turn in other expenses, those are reimbursable, but not alcohol. So that's something the State Board of Accounts wants to see in writing, so we can add it to your manual. It's basically just reaffirming, readopting the manual with that change. So everything else is the same.
Okay.
We didn't get into the particulars of whether or not there's new changes and additional changes to the manual. Maybe there are, but we wanted to get it done quickly because they gave this to her a while ago.
So should you review it with the meeting?
They,
Is it that's the only change? Yes.
when the State Board of Accounts conducts an audit, the first one, they say this is what's wrong, they give you a chance to fix it. If they find the same problem twice, then they require you to fix it.
Okay.
And this was one that was found twice, that was something that was easily fixed. So just,
And never brought
We
to
have-
anyone's attention by prior code. And so she brought it to our attention. Okay, it is before you now to.
Okay.
and reaching out to other clerks over this, a lot of towns do not have this.
Actually, the first one we've done it for, we've got 7 or 8 towns that we represent. So
Really?
first time I've seen a write-up. if you wanna call it that, from the state board of accounts on.
Oh, you're talking about a write-up, not the.
Well, we refer to the comments as a write-up.
Okay.
It probably isn't that, but the fact that it's been commented on multiple times and never brought to anyone's attention rises to the level that it could become a problem for us.
Yeah.
So we wanted to address it, and Heidi did quickly, so we'd recommend you approve it. She doesn't reimburse for alcohol anyway, but they wanted a written policy.
Just in case.
Sorry, girl.
I make a motion that we approve the ordinance number 2025-08-05.
Be one, because it's our first ordinance, right? I wasn't sure, so I left it one.
And I'll second that.
Any further questions, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Waive second reading.
Make a motion we waive second reading.
I'll second that.
All those in favor of waiving second reading say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Okay, last item, and I will be limited in what I will say. If you three want an executive session to discuss this further, then we can schedule one and have that discussion offline. But as you directed us, we worked and secured tax counsel out of Indianapolis to address our issues that we have with the IRS. We've had Heidi and I have been working on getting what they need to be able to adequately represent us and to get us an evaluation as to where we are and plan for moving forward. In addition, we have turned in and filed a claim for $240,000 with our insurance carrier, and they are currently evaluating that, as I think you probably know, and we expect them to determine if we have coverage, but we have yet to receive an actual determination. We also are ready to start the investigation, if you're willing and ready to allow us to do so, recognizing we have cost issues again, to look at the likely necessity of filing a lawsuit against your prior treasurer for negligence. We believe that's in order. We want to be able to put ourselves in a position where we do our due diligence so that if and when we move forward with that, then we'll have success. So I need to worry whether we want to do it or not tonight. We've talked about, I have, of course, rightfully so, she's concerned about the expense of that. I have too, but at some point, I don't know when that point is, and that's what you help us with. We have to decide whether or not we're gonna pursue her. I believe there's grounds to pursue her, and we're recommending that we pursue her. But, I don't have to do it today, but at some point, we have to, that's our third leg of this issue that we gotta do.
I would like to have an executive meeting if we could to further discuss it for the details. Sooner the better.
Yeah, I will have to
This
work
next
with you and it's fine, that's what I wanted to know, is were you in a position to make a decision yet, or should we wait?
We probably are, but I'd like to know more myself.
And for the record, you can't make a decision in the executive session, but I can inform.
Sure, that's fine.
You can receive information.
Exactly.
So I'll work with Heidi probably a couple weeks out, because they're gonna be gone, and we got a 48-hour notice requirement, not counting holidays and weekends, so to do all that, we'll try to schedule something and move forward.
For the next meeting?
Yeah, oh yeah, before the, absolutely.
That'd be perfect.
I'd like that too, so.
Okay. You done?
I would say a motion to authorize Heidi and I to pick a date, she'll consult with you, for setting of an executive session to discuss litigation.
So moved.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's all I have.
Thanks.
Rick, you gang?
No.
God, that's unusual.
Well, you let me talk during the meeting.
Anybody else have anything to bring before the board?
This alcohol thing, does it also include tobacco and vape stuff too, I'm assuming?
They can go outside and smoke, but they have to pay for it.
Yeah, okay. That's
It's
all.
like when you're on a business trip.
That was thinking so. That's all.
Those typically aren't billed on a business
Yeah.
trip. They're personal life.
Anybody else got a question or anything? Thank everyone for coming. The meeting's adjourned.
Just to let you guys know, I got a text.
Have a nice trip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good luck today. He could not get her that care. Yes.
Yeah, I can fill it out.
They started.
We're gonna go eat again.
Yeah, whenever he contacts me,
Well, they can go. I tried to call.
he's been pretty
He's
cool
been
so
late.
far, so.
I know.
I'll wait till 9.
Okay.
Sir,
Oh, yeah,
within 3 repairs.
See you, Kurt. Thank you.
yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, see you.
Yep. Continue, Ralphie.
Good seeing you.
Hey, help me out.
I've seen you in a long time. What? That's the second year John's mother.
Real bad, deep bruise, and so she was at the emergency room, and